Have you ever noticed how some people seem to carry an invisible force around them? They walk into a room and suddenly everything shifts. Voices lower, heads turn, and people instinctively take them seriously. Meanwhile, others, no matter how smart, kind, or experienced, go unnoticed. What's the difference? In this video, we'll break down the psychology of presence, what it truly means to project strength without saying a word. You'll learn the one simple shift that instantly changes how others see you, how a brief pause can be your greatest tool, and why mastering this single habit can redefine your social influence forever. Before we start, subscribe to the Stoic Trench channel and join our Telegram community for more content on personal and spiritual growth. Now let's begin. Most people underestimate how quickly they're judged. A Princeton study found that it takes just a tenth of a second for someone to form an opinion about you, just from your face. Add in your posture, tone, and speech pace, and within seconds that impression becomes fixed. Not based on your intelligence or intentions, but on how you present yourself. And in most situations, perception is everything. Whether you're at a job interview, on a date, in a negotiation, or just chatting casually, people are constantly scanning and categorizing you. Leader or follower, threat or background noise, someone to respect or someone to ignore. The uncomfortable truth is this: when you speak too fast, fidget, or let words tumble out nervously, you're not being efficient. You're signaling weakness. Not on purpose, but biologically. The human brain is wired to pick up on these signals, and it equates composure with confidence. Science backs this up. A 2011 study in social cognitive and affective neuroscience found that people who spoke slowly with longer pauses were seen as more competent and persuasive, even when their message was identical to those who spoke quickly. In other words, delivery mattered more than content. That brings us to one of the most powerful tools in communication: the pause. Simple, often ignored, yet incredibly effective. Most people answer questions immediately, not because they know exactly what to say, but because silence makes them uncomfortable. They want to appear sharp, prepared, and likable. But those with real authority do the opposite. They take their time. They let silence linger, not awkwardly, but intentionally. They hold their ground, and by doing so, they shift the dynamic. Why does this work? Because silence creates tension, and tension creates focus. When someone pauses before speaking, our brains instinctively pay closer attention. We lean in, we wait, and whatever comes next feels more meaningful, more deliberate, more important, simply because it was preceded by stillness. That moment of calm draws more attention than a loud voice or a rehearsed line, and the person who controls that silence controls the entire conversation. High-status individuals understand this naturally. They don't seek approval. They don't rush to fill every second with words. They speak less, but their words hit harder, not because they're louder, but because they're slower, more precise, and more grounded. This principle isn't just psychological, it's biological. In dominant animal species, power isn't expressed through frantic movement. It's expressed through stillness. The leader doesn't fidget, it doesn't need to. Its strength lies in its restraint. Humans respond the same way. We associate slow, composed movements with control, leadership, and trust. Now think about how this applies in your life. The next time someone asks you a question, whether in a work setting, a personal moment, or even a confrontation, pause for 2 seconds. Resist the urge to rush. Don't shift in your seat. Don't look away. Don't fill the silence. Hold it. Then speak, slowly, with purpose. Not to fill space, but to command it. What happens next may surprise you. People will start mirroring your energy. They'll stop interrupting. Their body language will shift. Because when you break the usual pattern, you stand out. And in a world that's always in a hurry, the one who slows down controls the pace. That is real power. Before we continue, if you're enjoying this video, share it with someone who could benefit from it. And if you'd like to support our work, consider leaving a donation by clicking the thanks button below. We'd be truly grateful. Now let's continue. Suddenly, your words carry more weight. Your presence expands. People treat you differently, not because you forced it, but because your energy speaks louder than your voice. Most people won't change. They'll keep speaking fast, oversharing, and chasing attention, wondering why no one listens. But those who embrace the pause will rise, quietly, confidently, and with lasting impact. So try this in your next conversation. Pause. Don't rush. Let the silence work for you. Feel the room adjust. And when you speak, do it with intention. The change will be immediate. And once you experience it, you'll never go back. Because once you understand the power of stillness, you realize something. Real authority doesn't need to convince anyone. It's felt before it's spoken. So how can you start applying this daily? First, become aware of your pace. Record yourself in conversation or practice in front of a mirror. Notice if you rush, if your voice rises at the end of sentences, or if you fidget in silence. Then slow everything down. When responding to questions, count 1, 2 in your head before speaking. Keep your posture upright but relaxed. Shoulders slightly back, chest open, chin level. Avoid unnecessary gestures. Every movement should feel intentional. Make eye contact, not forced but steady and calm. Speak at a pace that feels almost too slow to you, because to others it will sound deliberate and confident. Cut filler words like like, and you know. Instead, let short silences replace them. If you're standing, keep your feet planted and your hands visible, resting calmly or making slow, purposeful gestures. When sitting, avoid bouncing your leg, tapping fingers, or looking away too often. These small details might seem insignificant, but together they create an undeniable presence, one that people register as composed, confident, and worth respecting. And most importantly, get comfortable with silence. Don't rush to fill every gap. Let others speak first. Let them feel the need to impress you. The one who controls the pace controls the power. And the more you master that, the more people will instinctively see you as someone who leads instead of follows. Now it's your turn. Try this in your next conversation. Pause, stay still, speak with purpose. Then come back and share your experience in the comments. Did you notice a shift in how people responded? I read every comment. If you found value in this video, don't forget to subscribe to Stoic Trench and turn on notifications. This channel is here to help you master your mindset, elevate your presence, and unlock the silent power most people never tap into. Don't just watch, transform. We're only getting started.